Good morning. It's Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. We're almost there at 11:25, and I thought I'd come on and start this particular hour dedicated to Dante Alighieri, the father of the Italian language. His work, La Divina Commedia, is really and truly something that should be studied by all people who want to do, of Italian background. But above all, it is a world-class work. And the beauty of this particular work, Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso, is that there is a connection there with modern life. Because humanity, it is what it is, and throughout history, it hasn't always behaved well. In fact, a lot of the times behaves badly. But then we ask for forgiveness, and then, of course, we can receive that forgiveness for forever in a paradise. In other words, it's very important for us to recognize our misgivings and make amends. And that's where we're going after this particular study of Inferno. It hasn't been really a study. It's just a reading of it to get acquainted with Dante Alighieri's thoughts, and then, of course, we can always go back, and we should go back and revise the Divina Commedia. Once it's read, the first reading is very important in order to then begin a study of it in more details as time goes on. The beauty of this particular work of mine is that it's on podcast. Therefore, I don't have to repeat what I've said before. You can go to TomPadula or in Insegna.com in the blog section, and there you will find the actual podcast, the lessons, presentations, not just for this work, but also for world history, for Italian classes, French, Spanish, and other languages. In other words, it's a work that reflects my interests. This morning we are in Canto 33. One more Canto and Inferno, the journey through Inferno, will be finished. Now, what is Canto 33 all about? We are in the 9th circle of hell and the last circle. And we continue with with the meeting of Canto Ugolino, because in Canto 32, I thought that he had been punished in a particular way from my previous reading of it, of the Inferno when I was at university, but now it's a bit different. And then I realized that in Canto 33, Canto Ugolino continues and actually tells us his story and why he is where he is. Because this is, one of the bleakest places in hell. And here punished the traitors of relatives, of the fatherland, guests and benefactors. So Canto Ugolino and his story in the tower, where he's left to die of hunger with his 2 sons and 2 nephews. I actually made a couple of notes here. So does Canto Ugolino sin of cannibalism? Did he eat his children and his nephews because they were left in the tower to die of hunger? And that's a question that is not answered. It's not clear which is which. But Arcivescovo Ruggieri will eternally have his brains eaten by Canto Ugolino, and he will be food forever in the afterlife world for Canto Ugolino, because he'll be eating Ruggieri's brains forever. Now, there's another thing too. Dante also have a great invective against Pisa. Dante wants the islands of Capraia and Gorgona to stop the yarn at its mouth in order to cause Pisa to be totally submerged in water and have all its citizens die as a result. you know, Dante can be cruel too. What a cruel punishment. He worked it out. We meet two other souls. One is Frate Alberigo. He's in hell. His soul is in the hell, but his body is still alive. He's still on earth, except it's inhabited by a devil. So his soul has already gone to hell, and his body has been left behind. And there was also Branca Doria, another one, who killed his father-in-law, and we can find them in the iced water of Ptolomea. There are 4 areas in the 9th circle of hell, depending on which punishment, which category of sinners people are. I will also do some poetry, my friend, of course, then and there, and your school, and songs, a couple of songs, and I'll take you to Capri as well, when I went there in 2019. I just want to show a few things. Okay, well, it's 11:30, and I'm going to start. Okay, here we go. Here we go, yes. Here we go. Where are we going, Tom? Yeah, we're going right here. Let's start the usual way. Canto 33, ove tratta di quelli che tradirono coloro che in loro tutto si fidavano, e coloro da cui erano stati promossi a dignità e grande stato, e riprende qui i pisani e i genovesi. Okay, so these are the people, you know, the traitors, particular traitors, and very important people too. Now, there's another note about Conte Ugolino. Il Conte Ugolino divora il cervello dell'arcivescovo Ruggieri. Ugolino rode perennemente il cranio dell'arcivescovo Ruggieri, divorandone il cervello. Così colui che l'ha fatto morire di fame diventa il cibo eterno della sua stessa vittima. It's beautiful. Il conte Ugolino si è cibato dei propri figli. It's another note, and then I will have finished with the notes about him. No, there's another one after that as well. Il verso 75 ha dato vita a una lunga discussione. Non è chiaro se Ugolino voglia far intendere che ha finito per cibarsi dei corpi dei suoi figli e nipoti, o se voglia semplicemente dire che è morto di fame. Il significato del verso è e resta ambiguo, e non c'è sottigliezza interpretativa che possa sciogliere tale ambiguità. La lettura più accreditata oggi tra i commentatori è quella più semplice e innocente, anche se l'altra parte è confortata dal cannibalismo a cui Ugolino è costretto per l'eternità. So people want to believe that, you know, Count Ugolino just died of hunger. It's a very simple explanation rather than go into cannibalism and all that. Okay, now here we go. Let's start. La bocca sollevò dal fiero pasto quel peccator, forbendo la capelli del capo che gli aveva diretto guasto. Poi cominciò, and this is Count Ugolino eating Ruggieri's head. He cleared it up of the hair, you know, like me. And, you know, he was eating, but he lifted his head. Poi cominciò. Tu vuoi che io rinovelli disperato dolor che il cor mi preme, già pur pensando pria che io ne favelli. Ma se le mie parole essere dien seme, che frutti infami al traditor chi rodo, parlare e lagrimar vedrai insieme. Io non so chi tu sei, né per che modo venuto sei qua giù, ma fiorentino mi sembri veramente quando io todo. So he says, I don't know who you are, but I'm surprised that you're here, but you sound as if you come from Florence. And, you know, I'm just going to tell you about why I'm doing what I'm doing now, for eternity. Tu devi saper chi fu Conte Ugolino, e questi è l'arcivescovo Ruggieri. Or ti dirò perché gli son tal vicino, and I'll tell you why I'm so close to him for eternal life. Che per l'effetto dei suoi mai pensieri, fidandomi di lui, so I trusted him, io fossi preso e poscia morto, dir non è mestieri. In other words, he was betrayed, and he found death as a result. Però quel che non puoi avere inteso, cioè come la morte mi fu cruda, udirai e saprai se m'ha offeso. So the fact that he died, but what you might not know, how I died and how this has offended me. Breve pertugio dentro della muda, la qual per me ha il titolo della fame e che conviene ancora che altrui si chiuda. So this is the tower in Florence, la muda. Ma aveva mostrato per lo suo forame più lune già, quando io feci il massonno che del futuro mi squarciò il velame. Questi parea a me maestro e donno, cacciando il lupo e lupicini al monte, perché i pisan veder Lucca non ponno. Welcome Francis Gallo. Just started on Canto 33. Questi parea a me maestro e donno, cacciando il lupo e lupicino al monte, perché i pisani veder Lucca non ponno. So, i pisani, a pisani non piace Lucca. Small towns, small cities close to Florence. And I've been to Lucca, and Pisa too, just briefly, but I've been to both. Con cagne magre, studiose e conte, gualandi con Sismondi e con Lanfranchi, s'avea messi dinanzi dalla fronte. Io picciol corso mi parieno stanchi, lo padre e figli, e con l'agute scane mi parea lor veder fenderli fianchi. Quando fui desto innanzi la dimane, pianger sentì fra il sonno i miei figlioli, che erano su meco a dimandar del pane. So his children and his nephews were there with him. 4 of them were imprisoned with him in the tower. And then after a few days they asked for bread. Ben so crudel se tu già non ti duoli, pensando ciò che il mio corso annunziava, e se non piangi, di che pianger soli? This really hurt him a lot. Già erano desti e l'ora s'appressava che il cibo ne solea essere addotto e per suo sogno ciascun dubitava. So each one of those, slowly but surely, were dying of hunger. E io sentì chiavar l'uscio di sotto e l'orribile torre, ond'io guardai nel viso ai miei figlioli senza far motto. Io non piangea, sì dentro impetrai. Piangevano elli, e Anselmuccio mio disse, tu guardi, sì, padre, che hai? Perciò non lagrimar, ne risposi io, tutto quel giorno nella notte appresso, finché l'altro sol nel mondo uscio. Come un poco di raggio si fu messo nel doloroso carcere, e io scorsi per 4 visi il mio aspetto stesso, ambo le man per lo dolor mi morsi, ed ei pensando ch'io el fessi per voglia di manicar di subito le vorsi, e disser, padre, assai ci fia mendoglia se tu mangi di noi, tu ne vestisti queste misere carni, e tu le spoglie. So the children were dying, they see the father who's goes like this, that Ruggieri, thinking about Ruggieri, and he says, they think that he's so hungry that he's eating his hand. He says, don't do that, just eat us instead. But does he do it? Well, we've already said that a lot of the critics have refuted the fact that he committed cannibalism in hell. So there's a little note here, Pisa sommersa. Now, dopo aver ascoltato la storia pietosa di Ugolino, Dante scaglia una durissima invettiva contro Pisa, augurandosi che le isole di Capraia e Gorgona arrivino a bloccare la foce dell'Arno, così che il fiume inondi la città e faccia strade dei suoi abitanti. So we're talking about here the fact that there had been some, diplomacy between Pisa, Florence, and things got mixed up, and Ruggieri, Conte Ugolino. You need to look at that closely with the notes of history. And obviously, Dante feels that both Pisa and Genoa are guilty in what happened in Florence later. And so he says, you know, I want all the Pisani, I want the Arno at its you know, where it abuts into the sea. I want the two little islands there. One is Capraia and the other one is here. He mentions them. Capraia and, what is it? And Gorgona. Capraia and Gorgona. I haven't visited them, I don't know. But this is, those little islands should go in front of the end of the river so that the city of Pisa is inundated, punished. Pretty cruel. You wouldn't expect it of Dante, but that's, you know, he does that. And, yeah, it's a real sad story. And he's given Conte Ugolino two fairly big parts here in Canto 32 and Canto 33. We get to know Conte Ugolino very well. You can see that even though he was, you know, he could have been punished by for his sins in dealing in the political sphere. He actually, he feels that his greatest punishment was in the tower, came from the tower. The fact that he could not protect his children and his nephews, and that he may have thought about committing a sin. You know, thinking about it, weigh it through. Did he do it or didn't he do it? And if he did do it, Ruggieri is given, the Archbishop Ruggieri is given, well, he's the cause of all this. And he's the one who said, close them up in the tower and don't give them anything to eat or drink. That's it. So Dante then reacts against the cities that caused the problem in the first place. Poscia che fummo al quarto divenuti, allora, e disser, padre, assai ci fia mendoglia se tu mangi di noi, tu ne vestisti queste misere carni e tu le spoglia. You gave us this flesh, and you can, and the bones, you can take the meat out of them, the flesh. Quietami allora per non farli più tristi. So I didn't do it. I was quiet. I became quiet so that I wouldn't give them any more problems. L'odì e l'altro stemmo tutti muti. We all didn't say a word for the next couple of days. Ai dura terra, perché non t'apristi? Ai, why didn't you, dura terra, you know, earth, open up and, you know, engulf us in your bosom? Poscia che fummo al quarto divenuti, the fourth day, Gaddo mi si gittò disteso a piedi dicendo, Padre mio, che non mi aiuti? So Gaddo is the little one. He says, after the 4 days without eating, Father, Father, why don't you help me? Qui vi morì, and then he died. E come tu mi vedi, vidio cascarli 3 ad uno. And the other 3 fell one by one. Tra il quinto e il sesto, on Dio mi diedi. So, 5-6 days, on Dio mi diedi già cieco, e a brancolare sopra ciascuno. He was a brancolare. Now, brancolare, you know, he was crying for their death, but e 2 di li chiamai poiché fur morti, e 2 di li chiamai poiché fur morti, poscia più che il dolor poté il digiuno. So then I was such pain, and then my body gave away as well, and I died of hunger. but it doesn't say. Si poscia più che il dolore, poté il digiuno. So, hunger got him in the end, but is that the pain? I mean, that's the pain of the children, of the loss of his children, but then you've got this problem here. So, let's go on. Quando ebbe detto ciò, che gli occhi torti riprese il teschio, misero coi denti che furo all'osso come d'un can forti. And so after Ugolino spoke, he turned around and began to continued his eating of Archbishop Ruggeri's brains. And notice Archbishop Ruggieri is not given a word. He doesn't talk. Ai Pisa, vituperio della gente, del bel paese là dove lì il Sisi suona, poiché i vicini a te punir son lenti. Muovasi la capraia e la gargona e faccian siepe ad arno in sulla foce, sicché li annieghi in te ogni persona. So it says, since your neighbors are not going to do much, they're not going to move fast, I hope that, the two little islands will close up in front of Arno and that the waters will go back and flood everything. Sicché li annieghi in te ogni persona. Che se il conte Ugolino aveva voce d'aver tradita te della castella, non dovevi tu i figlioli porre a tal croce? Che se il conte Ugolino aveva voce d'aver tradita da te le castella, non dovevi tu... So if Count Ugolino admitted to having betrayed the castle, why did you put the children in the same way? In other words, why did you punish the children as well, you cruel Archbishop? Innocenti faceva l'età novella Tebo, Ugoccione e il Brigata, e le altre due che il canto suo appella. Noi passammo oltre la vela gelata, ruvidamente un'altra gente fascia, non volta in giù, ma tutta riversata. So, here then he keeps going, he looks down and he says a lot of souls that are turned in the eyes, are turned upwards. And that's here, whereas Conte Ugolino was eating the brains, in other words, was standing upright, these other souls are in the Tolomea, flat on their back, in the eyes. Lo pianto stesso, il pianger, noi passammo oltre là, vela gelata, ruvidamente un'altra gente fascia, non volta in giù, ma tutta riversata. Lo pianto stesso, il pianger non lascia, e il duol che trova in sugli occhi rintoppa, e si volge in entro a far crescere l'ambascia. So, he says, lo pianto stesso il piangere non lascia, e il duol che trova in sugli occhi rintoppa. So, in other words, the tears from the eyes, because of the cold, they're iced. So these souls are flat and they can't see properly anyway. Che le lacrime prime fanno groppo e siccome visiere di cristallo riempiono sotto il ciglio tutto il corpo. So because of the crying, they couldn't see properly. They had to have their eyes removed. Not eyes, as in eyes, the ice, the cold bit. E avvenne che, siccome d'un callo per la freddura ciascun sentimento cessato avesse del mio viso stallo, già mi parea sentire alquanto vento, perch'io, maestro mio, questo chi muore, non è qua giù ogni vapore spento? So, ondelli a me, so here Virgil says, what's all this? Maestro, questo chi muove? Non è qua giù ogni vapore spento? onde avaccio sarai dove di ciò ti farà l'occhio la risposta, veggendo la cagion che il fiato piove. E unde tristi della fredda crosta gridò a noi, o anime crudeli, tanto che data per l'ultima posta, levatemi dal viso i duri veli, sicch'io sfoghi il tuo che il corno mi impegna, un poco prima che il pianto si raggeli. So, Virgil says, you'll find all this out, what's happening here in this particular area, and one of the souls listens and says, well, why, since you're coming through, why don't you take this visiera, this front, the eyes in front of their face, away from me, so that I posso sfogarmi, I can talk to you about who I am, etc. Levatemi dal viso di riveli, sicch'io sfoghi il dolore che il cuore mi impegna, that my heart wants me to tell. And so let's see what happens. Perché a lui, se vuoi che ti sovvegna, dimmi chi sei, e se io non ti disbrigo, al fondo della ghiaccia ir mi convegna. Rispose adunque, il son frate Almerico, io son quel della frutta del mal orto, che qui riprende dattero per figo. Okay, this is frate Almerico. Let's look at some of the notes here about Alberico. He's an interesting character. È un membro della famiglia guelfa dei Manfredi di Faenza. Fece uccidere il cugino Manfredo dei Manfredi e il figlio di questi Alberghetto durante un banchetto nella sua casa al segnale convenuto. Portati in tavola la frutta, i due parenti furono assassinati dai sicari. So he said, when they had a dinner, and they were invited, etc., and those people went, and Frate Alberico had some of his soldiers kill them, i sicari, people that he could control, that he controlled. Alla data fittigia del viaggio, 1300, frate Alberico non era ancora morto, il suo corpo, dice Dante, con una delle divisioni più forti di tutta la commedia, dalla teologia medievale, è posseduto in terra da un demonio mentre la sua anima è già intrappolata nel cocito nella Tolomea. Ok. Perché io a lui, se vuoi che ti sovvegna, I want to help you, dimmi chi sei e se io non ti disbrigo, al fondo della ghiaccia io mi convegna. So he says, I'll do that for you, but you got to tell me who you are. Rispose dunque, io sono frate Alberico, io sono quel della frutta del malorto, che qui riprendo dattero per figo. You need a date for a fig. So this is another one of those similes that Dante uses to talk about, the type of sin that it is and the fact that this is a betrayal. Oh, dissi io a lui, ora sei tu ancora morto. So Dante recognizes him and he says, but, are you dead? Nel mondo su nulla scienza porta. I don't remember you being dead when I came, from there. Con tal vantaggio a questa Tolomea, che spesso volte l'anima ci cade innanzi Catropos mossa la dea. So the advantage of this Ptolomea is that they can accept someone's soul before they actually die, before they're actually dead. Otherwise, what's Dante going to do? How he's going to write his poem? E perché tu più volentieri mi rade le invetriate lacrime dal volto, sappia che tosto che l'anima trade, come feci io il corpo suo l'è tolto, da un demonio che possegge il governo, mentre che il tempo non tutto sia avvolto. È la ruina in siffatta cisterna, e forse pare ancora lo corpo suso dell'ombra che di qua dietro mi verna. And there is another one here called Branca Doria, another one. Then I'll show you the two pictures of Frate Alberigo and this Branca Doria. El dei saper se tu vien pur mo giuso, egli esser Branca Doria, e son più anni poscia passati che al fu si racchiuso. Io credo, dissi a lui, che tu mi inganni, che Branca Doria non morì unquanque, e mangia e bea e dorme a veste panni. Nel fosso su, disse el de male branche, là dove bolle la tenace pece, non era ancor giunto Michel Zanche, che questi lasciò il diavolo in sua fece, nel corpo suo ed un suo prossimo, che il tradimento insieme con lui fece. So in other words, even though he's here, you know, the devil inhabited his body, and that's why he committed the sins that he did. He didn't, you know, Dante didn't have was put in a spot here because Michel Dante non era ancora morto, disse nel fosso su, disse de male branche, laddove bolle la tenace pece, non era ancora giunto Michel Zanche. Michel Zanche was the father-in-law, or let me say, yes, Michel Zanche was the father-in-law of Branca Doria, and he killed him. Che questi lasciò il diavolo in sua vece, so the devil in him made him kill Michele Zanche. Ma distendi oggi mai in qua la mano, aprimi gli occhi, e io non glieli apersi, e cortesia fu lui a servirlo. And he said, now that I've told you, now, you know, clear my face of these eyes. So do you think that Dante is himself is using betrayal to betray the betrayer? Welcome, Catherine Ferrara. So, is Dante here being cruel to the souls, or is he being just? These are the questions you have got to ask yourself. I genovesi, uomini diversi, Branca Doria must come from there. D'ogni costume pien d'ogni magagna, perché non siete voi del mondo spersi? Why have you settled there? Why haven't you gone around the world? You don't belong, you know, it's not right that you should have had a place to stay on earth. You should have been going around and round. Che col peggiore spirito di Romagna trovai di voi un tal che per sua opera in anima incocito già si lagna, e in corpo par vivo ancora di sopra. So this is, here we go. Branca Doria fu un ghibellino genovese nel 1275, o forse nel 1294, assassinò il suocero, Michele Zanche, già menzionato da Dante tra i barattieri, dopo averlo invitato per una cena. Come succede ad Alberigo, anche l'anima di Branca è già nel ghiaccio della Tolomea, mentre il suo corpo è ancora vivo, animato e posseduto dai demoni. Non sappiamo molto su Branca Doria, forse Dante aveva un risentimento personale nei suoi confronti, anche secondo una tradizione antica, Branca o alcuni dei suoi fratelli, dei suoi uomini, si sarebbe permesso di schiaffeggiare il poeta durante un comune soggiorno presso l'imperatore Arrigo VII di Lussemburgo, quando questi discese in Italia. So, this Branca Doria knew Dante, and lo ha schiaffeggiato. He slapped him in public, humiliated Dante. So that's why he's where he is as well. He's a big traitor, that one. Ai generosi uomini che col peggior spirito di Romagna, the worst spirit of Romagna, trovai di voi, I found in you, un tal, someone, che per sua opera, that by his works, in anima in giù, cocito già si dagna. So che col peggior spirito di Romagna trovai di voi un tal che per sua opera in anima incocito già si bagna e in corpo par vivo anche di sopra. So this is, I want to show you the pictures here. Oh, well. Let me have a look. Canto 33. These are the pictures. That's the, isn't it beautiful? A picture of Ugolino eating brains, Ruggeri's brains. And this is the tower where they were rinchiusi a chiave. And this is Pisa, of course. And this is Frate Alberigo. See, it's flat. And he's got eyes all over his eyes as well. And this is the demonio inside the Frate Alberigo. And that's what happened. And finally, yeah, è in corpo par vivo ancora di sopra. So, you can tell that they're still alive, but not really, because his soul is gone. So Canto 33, Conte Ugolino, it's a big one. Canto 33 is the precursor to, actually, then we got to visit il demonio, Giuda Iscariote. This, I'll give you a little picture of next week. Here. Traditore. Traitor. Il bacio di Giuda. He betrayed a god. And he was put down in there with the one, with the devil, who he's an angel originally, and he challenged God. And God didn't like it, so sent him downstairs. One thing, though, that I've learned out of all this, that we're coming to the end of it, and we have to think of the earth as being round, and in the middle you've got the equator. Now, what Dante does, he puts paradise, purgatory, under Jerusalem in the northern hemisphere. But the devil is with his head down towards Terra Australis, in other words, in the southern part of the globe. His legs, however, come out of the equator. So if you got that line there, the equator, the legs of the devil goes up like that. And therefore that's the escape route of Dante, Virgilio and Dante. And then after that, it'll be very interesting to do Purgatorio. Now, I just want to remind people that today I'll be at the Federazione Lucana at 3:30, between 3:30 and 5. I will be doing Lingua and Cultura, and of course I will bring Dante with me. I'll talk about him a little bit, and then I'll do other things as well. Like now, I said that I would do some of my poetry, and we finished. I finished, if you remember. I started with the school. These are the poems relating to school and education. This one here, Then and Now, it's called, let me see, where is it? Allora e adesso, I wrote when I was at Melbourne University. Notiziario degli studenti all'Università di Melbourne. So this is the one that I'm going to read first. Here we go. Anni, cambiamenti. The title of the poem is Allora, ... e adesso. Anni, cambiamenti, mensa, campus, estranei, lezioni, amici e tu. È tutto quello che ho nella mia stanza quando insieme a me stesso e leggendo Farrago sul tappeto vedo l'ambizione, le guerre e l'apatia. Farrago was the Melbourne University paper, student paper. Bel Farrago, che stronzate, poche lettere amare e dolci, tanta politica, poche parole sul sesso, lo sport e la religione. Guarda, pensa, giudica, soprattutto ama te stesso, sta in pace con l'apatia. Be pathetic. Apatia, eloquenza silenziosa, tu sei cresciuta vecchia e saggia con me. Adesso una scrivania, la carta, la bic e le memorie. Ogni volta che lascio la mia mente correre da me, vedo tutto voi davanti ad un tortino di carne e patatine, una pollastrella, un coltello, una forchetta, una pollastrella, un coltello, una pollastrella, una forchetta, una pollastrella, un aeroplano di carta, lettere di molti colori e caffè. Oh no, amici miei, amate il momento, amate il presente, perché vedete, domani sarete come me. Oh, it's, very youthful, this one here. Then and now, let's see in English. Years, changes, CAF and campus, strangers, lectures, friends and you, is all I have in my room when together with myself and reading Farrago on the carpet, I see ambition, wars and apathy. Nice Farrago, strange bullshit. Few letters, bitter and sweet. Plenty of politics, slight mentions of sex, sport and religion. Look, think, judge, above all, love thyself. Be in peace with apathy. Apathy. Silent eloquence. You have grown wise and old with me. Now desk and paper, bic and memories. Every time my mind runs away from me, I see the lot of you in front of a pie and chips, a cheek, a knife, a cheek, a fork, a cheek, a paper dart, multicoloured letters and coffee. Oh no, my friends, love the moment, love the present, because you see, tomorrow you'll be me. So tomorrow you'll be me because you'll be working and you won't have the freedom that you had at university. And this is what happens from university. I went into schools. And so New School is the next poem. Sorry, I've got to have a drink. Okay, New School. This is what happens. From being free at university, you go to a school and you meet your students. And the first thing they say, do you have a biro? I have no paper. Where is the ruler? I've lost my exercise book. My books are at home. My bag was stolen. You say this endlessly, student. When will you grow up? Learn to do what everyone must do. Be independent. You've got to teach them something. Free yourself from excuses and join the real world, the world of adults, where excuses cost a lot and ignorance is no excuse under the law. Grow up quickly, learn how to learn, listen, sit, study. What a bore to be an adult. Welcome, John Geronimo Alvarez. I'm doing my poem. I've just finished the Canto 33 of Inferno, which you'll be able to listen on my page, on Facebook page. So what a bore to be an adult. That's a good one. But I want to give you the Italian version of that, of course. I think I wrote those ones in English first. I can't remember now. Hai una birra, scuola nuova. Hai una birra, non ho carta. Dov'è la riga? Ho perduto il mio quaderno. I miei libri sono a casa. La mia borsa è stata rubata. Tu non finisci mai di dire questo, studente. Quando crescerai, impara a fare quello che tutti devono fare, essere indipendenti. Liberati dalle scuse e fai parte del mondo, il mondo degli adulti, dove le scuse costano tanto e l'ignoranza non è una scusa. Cresci presto, impara come imparare, ascolta, ascolta, siediti, siediti, studia. Ah, che noia essere adulti. That's afterwards, you know, when you reflect and you say, I was behaving like this with students, and then you say, what a bore to be an adult, you know, you can't have fun. You can't have fun. It's amica poesia. Look, you know, those poems of mine, the language is simple. They have kept me company lately, but I've got so much more, except that you know, you do one at a time. You do things every day. What we do now, let me see if I can get you back onto the next lot, which is my poetry. Here. No. Let's go again. One. I don't know. I get to this stage and then I always have to... There it is. Yeah, I've got it. Now, today I'm going to do something different, a little bit different. I'm going to start with a poem about Capri. Capri, which is right here. Okay? Here we go. Capri, and enjoy it, because then we're going to go to Capri itself, the actual, you know, I was there, and, you know, we took a boat towards it, and then I'll tell you the story. Here, let's go. Here we go. Champagne by Peppino Di Capri is a title song, and I was playing it during my walks quite a number of times, and in a way I fell in love with that sort of style of singing. Peppino Di Capri is, you know, has a unique voice in many ways, like a lot of Italian singers. They have unique voices, and I realise more and more as I listen to them, just what a wealth of culture this has developed for Italy and the world. So here we go, Champagne. And I've got here with me Dora, here. Okay, well, you start. Champagne per brindare a un incontro con te che già eri di un altro. Ricordi, c'era stato un invito, stasera si va tutti a casa mia. Così cominciava la festa e già ti girava la testa. Per me non contavano gli altri, seguivo con lo sguardo solo te. Se vuoi ti accompagno, se vuoi, la scusa più banale per rimanere soli io e te, e poi gettare via il perché, amarti come sai, la prima volta, l'ultima. Champagne per un dolce segreto, per noi un amore proibito. Ormai resta solo un bicchiere ed un ricordo da gettare via. Lo so, mi guardate, lo so, mi sembra una pazzia, brindare solo senza compagnia, mamma io devo festeggiare la fine di un amore. Cameriere, champagne. Well, we'll stop it there. That's it. That's it. And that's you know, the music part is lovely too. It was an interesting, very interesting song to sing. Anyway, this is now, here I am in Italy. Here we go. There. That's my sister there. This is, I wanted to show you some of these. Costa Amalfitana, very nice. This one here. And how do I do this now? Let me have a look. Okay. Hold on. I'll go to, I have to select the actual, oh yeah. Okay. On the way down. Okay, let's go. This was on the way down with Maria Luisa, and then this is Italy, down from Rome to down. There you are. A bit of the panorama of Italy. Of course, they drive on the right. There you are. We're getting there. Takes a while to get there. You don't normally see these things here. It's a beautiful area, you know. If you haven't been to a place like this, then everything is new. And this is where getting towards our destination, La Costiera Amalfitana, well, there, the Costiera, there you are. Beautiful, that's a nice picture, that one. And of course, yes, a few drinks. We're meeting Maria Luisa's father. And that's the gelateria, Granita. I thought, you know, this is a good way of looking at a trip. It strikes me as the beautiful, beautiful areas in Italy, so developed, but with that old sense, you know, it's been done years and years ago. Look at that. How would you build there? It's unbelievable. That's why Italy's it's a museum. Amazing, amazing. Panini. I thought this is wonderful. Wow. What do you think of this, huh? No wonder Italy attracts so many tourists, about 40 million Yeah, that's what I thought, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check this out. Look at that, look at that. Building. Of course, looking at it on a picture is different from actually then experiencing it firsthand. I think it's eating time. No, not yet. Salvataggio. Costa d'Amalfi e Capri, Grotta dello Smeraldo. So, knowledge, but we didn't. I think what did we do? We went. Here we are. We went, and that's Filippo there. Of course, books always attract my attention. Books about places, isn't it wonderful? And the pictures, look at that. One thing though about these places here, the sand is granular, you know, it's sort of, it's not like in Australia where you get a lot of sand. Here, you really need to swim properly. And I had a problem there because I jumped off the boat and then I couldn't get back. Look at this. Oh, this is the Antiquities Museum. You know, you remember these things here. We walked around and you go and see, you know, a Roman summer house. That's Philip who joined us and he drove us everywhere. There you are. It's a nice area, that one. I can't tell you, you know, I can't remember. I have to look up my notes, exactly the names, etc. But this is gives an idea of a little excursion, you know, daily excursion there. Now, when we finish this, I'll put on another song and then we'll do some more. Oh, the stairs, everywhere we went. My poor knees. They were fit, these two, father and daughter. I went with Maria Luisa because she was going and I thought, I need, you know, I need someone who knows. Here we go. We're still friends. Still keep in touch with Filippo. It's beautiful. And, you know, I'll point it out now that you can have a look at this, Filippo. This is for you. Sentiero dei Limoni. This was a nice big walk. Very interesting. Villa Fiorita. Look at that. Sentiero dei Limoni. If you ever go there, it was quite an experience, really and truly. But lots and lots of stairs. a touch of Italy. And we even met a couple of donkeys right up the top. You can't get a car there. And look at that, wet, it was hot. Yeah, more of the same. Oh, this was the limoncello. Oh, this, look at that. Can you imagine that above sea level, you just got this. There we are. Sentiero dei Limoni, and they had number 7. So this right up the top, there was this bar in the middle of nowhere up the top. How beautiful, huh? And they had limoncello, tasting of lemons. Beautiful. And of course, tomatoes there, garlic, very Italian. And this was the guy who showed me around. You need passion to do this. Of course, we bought a bottle or two, whatever. Isn't it unbelievable, huh? That's why I want to go back often. Thanks, Catherine. When we finish Il Sentiero dei Limoni, I'll go back to the songs. Here. Oh, where are we? Sorry. Facebook, Rocos, Instagram, Agricola Fresh Lemonade. Look, this is the one. You can look him up. Famiglia Rocco. There you are. Nice guy. He was very hospitable. Look at that. The artistic part. Maria Luisa kept us moving, very fit. That's what I mean by the sand. There's no sand. That was what happens here. There you are. Now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do Lontananza by Domenico Modugno. Well, we're going to attempt now La Lontananza by Domenico Modugno. It's a very famous song by the quintessential icon of Italian music, Domenico Modugno, Mr. Volare. So this is La Lontananza. So let's see how we go here with Dora and Rino. Here we go, La Lontananza. Mi ricordo che il nostro discorso fu interrotto da una sirena che correva lontana, chissà dove. Io ebbi paura, perché sempre quando sento questo suono penso a qualcosa di grave e non mi rendevo conto che per me e per te non poteva accadere nulla di più grave dal nostro lasciarci. Allora, come ora, ci guardavamo. Avremmo voluto rimanere abbracciati ed invece, con un sorriso, ti ho accompagnato per la solita strada, ti ho baciata come sempre e ti ho detto dolcemente: la lontananza, sai, è come il vento, spegne i fuochi piccoli, ma accende quelli grandi, quelli grandi. La lontananza.
è già passato un anno ed è l'incendio che brucia l'anima. Io che credevo d'essere il più forte, mi sono illuso di dimenticare, e invece sono qui a ricordare che dimenticare chi non sa mai che è passato un anno ed è un incendio che brucia l'anima. Adesso che è passato tanto tempo, dare la vita per averti accanto, per rivederti almeno un solo istante, per dirti perdonami. Non ho capito niente del tuo bene e ho gettato via inutilmente l'unica cosa vera della mia vita, l'amore tuo per me. Ciao amore, ciao, non piangere. Vedrai che tornerò, te lo prometto, tornerò, te lo giuro amore, ritornerò. È già passato un anno da un incendio, perché ti amo, ritornerò. Mi sono illuso di ricordare te. Io che credevo d'essere il più forte, mi sono illuso di dimenticare, invece sono qui a ricordare te.
Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed a little bit excursion in Italy. I've got a lot of footage about Italy. But of course, you can look up TomPadulaTV on YouTube. There's a lot of my work into travelling and etc. You know, the world is a beautiful place. I hope that peace reigns supreme. Unfortunately, I don't know, lately disappointment with the war in Ukraine, but let's think of good things and let's hope that it finishes quickly. Okay, on that note, thank you very much for coming on. Don't forget, you can have a good look at the whole lot of the whole hour anytime on Facebook, on my page, and of course in insegna.com and YouTube, etc. I've mentioned this before. And yep, I'll see you next week. Grazie mille per la vostra partecipazione ed attenzione. Grazie. Ciao. Alla prossima.